Wada Abakar is a passion technology educator and digital skills facilitator with a strong background in computer science. He is TRCN and MCE certified with a focus on simplifying complex topics like programming, web development, and artificial intelligence for beginners. He is dedicated to helping learners gain practical real-world tech skills and empowering them to succeed in today's digital economy. So I want you all to join me by reacting with your favorite emojis and welcome our facilitator for today's session in person of Wada Abakar. Now let's react with our favorite emoji as Mr. Wada Abakar takes the floor. Thank you. So, Mr. Wada Abakar, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening and welcome everyone.
All right.
Hello everyone. I warmly welcome you to today's session with my humble self, Wada Abakar. Just as the moderator introduced, my name is Abubakar Wada. I will be your facilitator for today's session. All right. Just as she said, today's webinar is on free tech skills, which is what? Zero to Tech Hero. All right. It is your beginner-friendly journey into Python web development. Are we together? You're not here by accident. You are here because something in you knows the future is digital. All right. And today, of course, some of us might be in this field or might have been in this field for so long time. Today might be the starting point for some other people. Are we together? So I will be starting with an engaging questions where you will have to interact using the chat button on this call. All right. To answer this question, have you ever thought coding is too difficult for you? You just reply with a yes or no in the chat button. Okay. Let me check the message. No, sir. All right. I guess that's Mohammed. All right. So any other person? Thank you for the reply. So, thank you all for your responses. So, I'm going to ask you again to type one reason you joined today. Please feel free to type whatever you want to type in the chat area. Thank you. One reason that made you to join this session. Waiting for your responses. Thank you. Yes, Mohammed. Okay, to acquire skill and to be professionally certified. Thank you, Mohammed. All right. Thank you, others. Because of time, let us proceed. Of course, we know that from the flyer being sent out, this session requires no experience, no prior experience. All right. And of course, for you to be a programmer, there is no need or point for you to entertain fear in you. And I want to urge you all to participate fully and actively in this session. All right. Now, by the end of this session, I want to tell you, present the lesson objectives for this session. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to know what coding is. You'll be able to write your first simple logic in Python programming, as well as what? Develop a simple web page. We shall also be able to what? Know what is AI in plain language. We shall see some real opportunities that we can earn and grow in the tech industry. Are we together? Yes, here comes another imagination questions or challenge. Imagine you are teaching robots how to brush teeth. Write down the steps, all right, for the robot to take to brush his teeth. Yes. Imagine yourself as a programmer and you are training a robot on how to brush his teeth. So I want you to write down the steps on how to carry out this exercise by the robot. Or you can just say it out instead of typing so that we'll not waste time. Yes. Should I call out the names? Mohammed, let's hear you first. Hello, is Mohammed there? So let me share my screen so that we'll look at what we have together. Fantastic. So from zero to hero. I've talked about this. That is, this is a session that will guide you through the essential skills that you will need to thrive in today's digital landscape. Without much ado, let us go to the next slide. And on this slide, we have the big question, which I have asked earlier. All right. And then, of course, you know that the digital age is upon us, and it is essential to ask ourselves if truly we are prepared to seize the opportunities it presents. Because you will agree with me that the evolution of AI today has come to reshape, all right, industries, and tech skills has become crucial for us to be able to succeed in today's digital landscape. We must transition from these passive observers that we used to be into being what? An active creators. What do I mean here? Before now, most people used to be passive observers of these technologies. In fact, up till today in Nigeria, we used to observe. We are just used to be observers of this technology rather than being part of this technology, actively involved in this technology by creating, using, and what? Marketing of this technology. All right. And that's why we need to what? To wake up, all right, to what is the realities of today's world. Now let us move on to why this session matters. Of course, you will agree with me that AI is reshaping industries of today, because there's no industry, there's no company, there's no organization that doesn't use AI. Even individuals that we use what? AI. AI has reshaped and is still reshaping how we think, how we carry out our tasks, how we organize, and so on and so forth. Automation has replaced routine jobs, and you'll wonder why routine jobs cannot be automated simply because we are scared of this technology. We have that phobia that this technology might replace some jobs. No, it won't. It rather will create a lot of jobs. The only people it will replace their jobs are those people who refuse to learn the new skills. Are we together? And hence the reason why we're having this session today. Now, digital skills unlock opportunities. Of course, just as I said, people that refuse to learn these digital skills are those that this technology will replace. And so, the best thing for us to do is to embark on acquiring the digital skills. Now we also have what? Global competition among students. We have tech skills that drive financial independence. Of course, there's financial freedom in the tech industry. All right, you will agree with me that the richest people or person in the world today is what? Is in the tech industry. So there is financial freedom in the technology industry. So we'll move on to who is this training or this session actually is for. Of course, we have students who are eager to learn, all right? We have teachers seeking for innovation, because there's nothing in this world that is static. Everything is dynamic. Wherever you are, be it a professional teacher or just a trained teacher or teacher that is still in the training school, you need this training, you need this skill development in order to keep up with what? Keep abreast with the trending skills or technology. Schools modernizing curriculum also are required for this session. We also have tech enthusiasts, all right, of all ages. So move on to the Zero to Hero roadmap. I'll not be wasting time on this. This is a structured pathway to transform your tech skills from beginner to advanced level. All right, the first thing you need to do is to think like a programmer. Are we together? Think like what? A programmer. And in thinking like a programmer, that brings me to my earlier question of imagining yourself as a programmer. Now, who is training a machine or a robot to brush his teeth? Now, you are required to write down the steps to execute this task or this function. So how will you write these steps down? Can anyone answer me? I need the steps that this machine or robot will follow to brush his teeth. And if you are able to write down these steps, you're already a programmer or a coder. Because a coder or a programmer is simply a person who is able to give machines instructions to follow. Are we together? Now, your ability to write down the steps for the robot to follow makes you what? A programmer, makes you a coder. Are we together? If you are writing your steps and you are done, please let me know so that we don't waste time. Then that's the first step. You need to think like a programmer. The second step is you need to learn Python basics. Why do we need to learn Python basics? Because it is the popular programming language in today's world. Are we together? You can use it to develop robust applications ranging from web development, data analysis, and so on and so forth. Now, you can also use it for gaming, of course, for games development. Then the next step in the roadmap, all right, of zero to a tech hero is building your first web page. Are we together? Having learned the Python basics, having learned the ability to be able to develop programs, you need to also learn how to develop web page so that you can publish the applications you have developed. And then we have the next step, which is understanding AI fundamentals, understanding AI foundation.